it's Sammy here with Superstar Desmond driving. There he is. We are headed over to the bank. It is Wednesday afternoon, and I'm going to be talking to you guys today about bank exchange, bank transfer, ATM withdrawals. So what I did was I've already transferred $100 bank to bank, and now I'm going to withdraw $100 from my bank account in Korea through the ATM to see which one is better, which one has more fees, etc., etc. Which one is better. We'll get back to you on the other side. It is a hot day here in Jayala, Colombo, Sri Lanka. So we're just taking the tuk-tuk because the bank is just right here. It's actually easier to navigate the downtown in the tuk-tuk than it is in the car. And it's Desmond's tuk-tuk, so I'm gonna pay him for this. So we're headed over to Commercial Bank. I have an account at Commercial Bank, and what I have is in Korea, I have my Korean bank account, and I have a Korean US dollar account. So a couple of days ago, I transferred $200 US, or I bought $200 US with my Korean won into my bank account. It cost me 1,300 Korean won. I'll put the details up of the exchange rate and everything like that in a minute. But I transferred Korean won into US dollars into my US dollar account in Korea. And then I transferred $100 US to my US dollar account here in Sri Lanka. And that only bought me $75 here after fees and transfer costs. So it cost me $25 US to transfer that money all the way over here. Now that's a fee, right? So we're here at Commercial Bank. That was the fee for that service. Now I'm going to withdraw from my US dollar account in Korea via the ATM, and I'm going to see how much I get of that $100. What are the fees? What are the service charges? And then obviously convert it to Sri Lankan rupees. So I'm going to point up there and let you guys know what the results were. Hey guys, so I'm back home and doing this from the home office using the phone, not using the online tool. But anyway, what I wanted to do is just go over the results. All right, so here's what I did. Today is August 9th in the afternoon, okay? So August 7th, let me take a step back. So I am trying to figure out which is the best way to get cash on hand to use for day-to-day living. And it all depends on how much money you need. I need cash, maybe if I spend a lot, maybe $50 US a month, if that, on cash in my hand. Everything else I pay with my credit card because I have to pay for everything in Korea, so might as well just use the credit card because it's a no-fee credit card and I get an excellent exchange rate. So this is something you got to talk to your bank about, okay? Very important. Tell them what you're doing and how you're spending your money, and they'll tell you which account to open up. So what I did is I did that in Korea. I'm earning money in Korea. So to get cash, I have to take the money out of Korea. So there's 2 ways, 3 ways, many ways to get cash out of a country to where you're living. Western Union, bank to bank, or ATM. So what I did was I asked them what is the best way and cheapest way and most convenient way. There are cheaper ways to do it. I'm not going to get into the Western Union type of thing or Vimo or whatever that's a whole other story. I'm probably going to research that later when I'm starting to transfer large amounts of money, because what I did was when I left Korea originally, I brought cash, US dollars cash. When I went to Korea in January, I brought cash for me to live in the Philippines for the 6 months I was in the Philippines, so I didn't have to transfer money. I did a little bit. And then when I came to Korea in June, again, I withdrew cash and brought cash with me to Sri Lanka. Now I need to start figuring out how, because I'm not going back to Korea, I need to start figuring out how to transfer large amounts of money to Sri Lanka to deposit into my investment account. So what I did was, I'm researching what I need for cash for the short term, because eventually I'm going to bring in large amounts of money, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do bank to bank because it's the way it is. But I wanted to see if I needed cash immediately for an emergency, for example, what's the best way to do it? And the best way I figured out is ATM. And this is how I did it, how I figured it out. So I have a Korean won bank account in Korea. I also opened up a Korean US dollar account in Korea with my bank. I have a Sri Lankan rupee account in Sri Lanka. I also have a Sri Lankan US dollar account in Sri Lanka. So here's where it gets very interesting. Bank-to-bank transfers use US dollars, and they convert to US dollars, transfer it, and then convert it to the local currency. They do it at their rate. There's fees involved. This is how I bypass that. I transfer US to US. There's no conversion. There's no fee. There's no extra charge. So I transfer from my Korean won account to my Korean US dollar account. I buy US dollars. And I got a rate, I get a good rate, and it's a small percentage higher than the actual rate. I get a discount because I'm a premier customer. So I paid 1,309 Korean won for $1 US. That's high. You know, normally it's about 1,200, 1,180, but it's been going up recently. So it's a bad exchange rate. Anyway, I bought 200 US dollars, and I put that in my account. Then I transferred over 100 US dollars from my US dollar account in Korea to my US dollar account in Sri Lanka. It took 1.5 days. I sent it August 7th at 6:30 p.m. and it landed at 3 p.m. the next day. Or today. Sorry, it took almost 48 hours. Sorry, yeah, it landed today. No. When did it land? I forgot. It landed, yeah, it landed today. So it took almost 40 hours. Sometimes it does it in 24 hours, sometimes it does it in 48 hours. But it's not bad. Between 1 and 3 days, I have found, is the average bank-to-bank transfer. But there was a 5,000 won fee on that end, so about $5, and a $20 fee when it landed. I only received in my bank account 75 US dollars. So I lost 25 US dollars on bank-to-bank transfer. And that's the international fee, the transfer fee. So from $0 to like $10,000, they charge you a certain amount. After that, they keep charging. So I got to figure out where the thresholds are so that I, get the maximum value for my transfer rate. The ATM, though, I withdrew. How much did I withdraw? I withdrew 30,000 rupees, which is $93.50 US. So let's say $94. 94 US dollars from my bank account. All right, so which is on the exchange rate. So I withdrew 94, but they withdrew, it cost me with the fee about $98. So it was about $5 US fee for the US dollar account to US dollar account. So my ATM charged me $5 US to withdraw. So definitely better to withdraw from a US dollar account. I can't stress this enough. Transfer from a US dollar account and deny the exchange rate. Use the local currency. Okay? Don't use the ATM exchange rate because you don't get a good rate. Everybody's talked about that before. When you're using ATM, deny the conversion. Use your bank's conversion, not the ATM's conversion. So if I'm using cash, I'm definitely going to be using the ATM from my US dollar account. I have a card that is specifically, I have 2 bank cards from Korea. One to my Korean won account and one to my US dollar account. I set it up specifically for that card to use that account, and the bank set it up as a no-fee debit card with upgraded exchange rate. So there's the note. Guys, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, share, love. Be good to each other. Sri Lankan Sammi, I am out.